Good evening, folks. This is what we're having for dinner tonight. We're going to make some maple barbecue rubbed smoked chicken breast and seasoned tomato rice. Okay. This is the recipe for the maple barbecue rubbed smoked chicken breast, and we are using the method that a man on YouTube used from Childs and Smoke. Alright, we did use our own seasoning, and we used vegetable oil. I think he used grapeseed oil, but anyway, we followed his method, but we did our own thing, okay? And then here is the recipe for the seasoned tomato rice, okay? Alright, this is what we put on those chicken breasts before we put them on the grill, on the smoker. We oiled up the chicken breast, and then we sprinkled this maple barbecue rub on the chicken, and we let it set for about a half hour just to kind of soak in, and then we put it on the smoker. Okay, and so that's where we're at this point. This is what we're having for dinner tonight, smoked chicken. Doesn't that look good? I'll show you guys how to prepare it in just a second. This is the kind of pellets that we're using, and we have the Pit Boss, whatever this thing is, but anyway, this is the kind of smoker we have, and this is the pellets that we are using for the chicken. It's apple, cherry, maple, and oak, okay, and it's pellets, so it is a pellet smoker. All right, this is the YouTube video that we found the technique on. All right, our chicken has been smoking for 45 minutes, and now he's going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter, and we've got it on some parchment paper, as you can see. Okay, and now he's going to wrap this up. Okay. It's like a big present. Okay. No, that's supposed to be bottom side. No, because the butter has to be on the top. There we are. Okay. All right, and then we'll do the next one. All right, and now we're going to put them back on the smoker to finish cooking the rest of the way until they're 165 degrees internal temperature. Now, we found this method on another man's video, and we've adapted it to our liking. I don't know what kind of seasoning was that he had, but anyway, you can use the same method that he used, and he promises that this chicken is nice and moist and doesn't get that rubbery feeling when your chicken is smoked. Sometimes the skin will be kind of rubbery. So anyway, this is how he did his chicken, and it looked like it came out really, really juicy and tender and not rubbery. So we're going to use that very same technique to do our chicken, and you can use the same technique for any kind of seasoning mix that you want to use on this chicken. because it'll all work the same as long as you kind of follow the steps, okay? So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get these back on the smoker. All right? We'll see you in just a minute. Okay, now he has put them back on the smoker. Okay, they're going to continue to cook at 225 degrees, okay, until they are done. And the internal temperature is 165 degrees, okay? Alright, and here are the ingredients. We got some salt and pepper, some Soul seasoning, chili powder, Cajun spice seasoning, and some Italian seasoning. We got a cup of rice. We got some diced peppers and some onions. We got a can of diced tomatoes. I believe it's a 14.5-ounce can. We got half a cup of salsa sauce. And we've got the juice from the tomatoes drained into this cup, and then I added water to it so that we would end up with 2 cups of liquid. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get started cooking. Alright, so in this empty pot, we're going to put our 1 cup of rice, because we are going to go ahead and make our tomato vegetable seasoned rice, okay? So we got our rice in there. Now we're going to add our tomato juice and water mixture. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings, okay? Now, I've got them in here. Our seasonings are a teaspoon of Soul seasoning, a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And so we're going to put that right in there. Okay, that's going to season that rice really good. Because who wants plain rice? Especially not my dear husband. He doesn't care much for rice as it is. Okay, so now we're going to cover this, and we're going to turn this on the rear. Okay, we're going to put it on like number 8. Okay, so we're going to let that cook on, well, actually I'm going to lower this because I want it to cook on low. Okay, so we're going to put it on number 4. Alright, I've gone ahead and added a little bit of olive oil to this empty pot. Now we're going to turn this on to number 5. Alright, and I'm going to add our 1 cup of onions and our 1 cup of green peppers that I chopped. Okay, so there we go. And we're gonna saute these until they are done. Okay, and we'll be back for our next step. Guess what? That smoked chicken is done. Let's see how this came out.
Turn and rip it through.
Look at that. Oh, it does look good. Oh boy, look how juicy that is. Wow, that man, I think, is a genius. He did a real good showing of that technique, and it looks like it worked out fine for us. He's going to get a knife and show you what it looks like. Okay? Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice and tender. Oh boy, let's look what we got here. Oh, yep, it's done.
Here
And it is perfect. All right, well, we're going to set that aside for now to rest. Oh, ouch. Oh my. Oh yeah. It is so hot, but so delicious, and it is juicy. So give that method a try with whatever kind of seasoning you like on your chicken when you smoke it. And I'm sure you'll be really impressed. That is really delicious. Alright, so we're going to go back to cooking our seasoned tomato rice, okay? Alright, our onions and peppers look like they're pretty well cooked. So we're going to go ahead and add our diced tomatoes. Okay. And our salsa. There we go. We're going to lower the heat a bit to, I guess it's number 4. Okay. We're going to mix that all up. There we are. Alright. How about that? And we're going to let that cook through. Okay. I'd venture to say you could probably use some stewed tomatoes instead of those diced tomatoes. But this is what I had on hand. So this is what we're using. Okay. We're just going to let that simmer and stew down a bit. Make a nice little sauce, okay? And our rice over here has come to a boil. I had to crank up the heat just a little bit because it wasn't doing anything. So now I'm going to turn it back down to number 4. All right, and we're going to leave it covered and we're going to let it cook. But see there? That's what it looks like. So that's good. All right, we'll be back. All right, I just turned this off because these are now done. All right. The rice is cooking up nicely. It's starting to absorb some of the liquid. All right. So it's still got a while to go. All right, our rice is now done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and I'm going to add it to this tomato mixture. All right, I went ahead and I mixed that rice with the vegetables that I had cooked in this pot. And now I'm going to turn it on a little bit. We're going to put it on maybe number 3, just to heat it all the way through, okay? And I'm going to put a lid on it. All right, our rice is nicely done. I have turned the heat off, so I'm going to go ahead and get it plated up, and I'll show you what dinner looks like tonight. All right, here's what it looks like when it's all plated up. It's yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, so I'm going to give this to my daughter. She had McDonald's just a little bit ago, so she's not eating a whole lot. All right, and here is my husband's dish. Isn't that pretty? All right. I'm going to give it to him in just a second.